Hey everyone, my name is Veia and I'm here planning my own magic into my everyday life. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's video is going to be me showing you my 2021 planner lineup. So that will be all the planners that I'll be using for 2021 to keep my life together. So if you would like to see what I'll be using it and hear a little bit about how I'll be using those, please keep watching. I want to preface this by saying that I do have all Erin Condren products. That's just what I use. That's what I prefer. However, there are a ton of planners out there in the community. If you are jumping into the planner community for the first time and you clicked on this video out of curiosity, please explore. I encourage you to explore the community. I am proud to say there are so many changes and additions to the planner community since I started this journey 6 years ago. It's really awesome. It grew so quickly. And it's super exciting. So please just research, watch different planner videos if you're trying to jump into this world. Okay, so really quickly before I show you my planners, I just thought I would take this opportunity to explain my journey or tell my story a little bit about how I got into paper planning, because it is very different and you might be wondering like, why don't you just put it all on your phone and all of that. And oh, feel free to skip ahead. I will have the timestamps below for which parts of the video are talking about what. If you're in here for all that, I understand, okay? But anyway, I think that it's a big difference from the technology we have using our phones. I do have an iPhone. Yes, it has Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, all the different calendars and things, but it became so passive for me. And even today, if I try to put stuff in my phone, it's so passive for me. I think that our phones are so much more than an organization tool, and they can be, and there are digital planners out there that you can add and apps that you can add to your phone, and I'm aware of this, but I've always been a paper person. I was into scrapbooking before, pretty planning as it's called, and I've just always been the person who in middle school when they gave you those agendas, I used them. I got made fun of for using them, but I used them anyway. I used them all through college, and I had forgotten that. So the reason why I got back into using planners and agendas was I had my son in 2014, and I had just graduated college. I was not going to be doing the job that I went to college for because that industry was not going to allow me to be the mom that I wanted to be. And several months after he was born, my life changed dramatically. His father and I were no longer together. I was staying with my mom, and then I got a place for us ourselves. And that motherhood stuff just kind of hit me super hard. I was always discombobulated. I always had anxiety. I just felt like I kept messing up, or I couldn't grasp things in my mind. You know, pregnancy brain turned into mommy brain, which is a thing. So don't let anybody tell you it's not if you're a parent. And I just found myself so lost in ways that I never expected to be lost, because I was a pretty like organized person. I don't want to say like I had it all together, but I accomplished things in a timely manner for the most part. And it wasn't happening as a mother for me. Quick little mom guilt stories. I was missing doctor's appointments so often that they put us on this like do not reschedule list basically. And it wasn't that I didn't know the appointments were coming up, it's just that I didn't manage my time or pay attention to what was going on around me to realize, oh, today is that day and it is that time for us to go to that appointment. Super bad. Grocery shopping became such a task for me because it was just me and my son in our apartment at the time. And you know, if my sister didn't come over to grocery shop and I tried to go grocery shop, number one, I was at the store wandering aimlessly because I didn't have a list, or I forgot what I had at home. I made a list and left it at home. Again, I was just all discombobulated, and it was to the point where I became so anxious with going to the grocery store that one time I actually dropped my son, like in trying to rush into the car and hurry to get home. I dropped my son in his car seat on the ground out of the grocery cart. Full mom guilt exposure here. And somebody came, you know, to help me, a man and I believe his wife, and I yelped, like I audibly screamed. And I realized at that time that I had this irrational fear of like being attacked because I was a single mom with a little baby trying to get a whole bunch of stuff into my car or my apartment. And that just made me vulnerable, and it was scary for me. And that kind of made me feel like I need to get it together. I need to figure out, you know, I'm gonna meal plan, you know. And I used to meal plan all the time, and I used to do a whole bunch of things in an organized way. Like I thought to myself eventually, like I was pregnant I had a high-risk pregnancy. I finished my degree. I had a capstone course, meaning I had to plan and run an event at the end of that year. And I was teaching full-time, high schoolers, lesson planning, grading, and all. And planned a baby shower. And I was preparing for a baby. And I was like, what happened to me? What did I do differently? And I realized I wasn't writing things down anymore. After I graduated and I kind of put that degree to the side because I felt like I had to, I put all of it aside, and that included writing things down. So it dawned on me then and there, I need to figure out a way to get back into planning out my days for more than just school and work. And so I started researching. I started researching fun ways, because I needed to be fun. I didn't need it to be another chore. Fun ways to stay organized as a mom. Fun ways to keep your appointments. Just weird key terms that I was searching. And boom, I stumbled across YouTube videos of women doing Plan With Me's. That was crazy for me. The fact that there was a world of this was so awesome to me. It looked like scrapbooking, but it was functional. I thought it was so cool. There were stickers. Like, how can you say no to stickers, right? And then I did what you shouldn't do if you're jumping into this community, is I just bought the first thing that I saw somebody do that was cute. And I bought the first sticker sets that I saw somebody use that was cute. And I ended up with a mismatch planner and all types of mismatch stickers. And I spent a lot of money at that time on it. And that's my only regret with that, is that I didn't pay attention. I didn't look at, oh, there's horizontal layouts, there's vertical layouts, there's hourly layouts, there's different size planners. What in the world? You know, I just didn't think about it. But I learned, you know, after that, and I checked out other planners. I went to the stores and I compared. I even bought a few other planners and I compared them to what I was using. Erin Condren was what I stuck with, but there's a whole bunch of other ones that you could use. And that is what got me into this planner community, and it is huge and it is amazing, and there's so many different creators out there, and it's beautiful to see the way that they create as well as keep function in their lives. So that's what I like to be a part of. And if you are interested in that and you have a story similar to mine, or you have had any of the moments that I just described, you might want to look into it and see if pretty planning or fun functional planning is something that you want to get into. Enough said about that. I'm going to show you the planners that I'm using for 2021. And I have them in kind of two categories, maybe three, it just depends on how you look at it. And what I'm first going to talk about is one category, which is not a regular use. They're resource planners, if that makes any sense. So, and it just means that I refer to them for things at times. It could be once every blue moon, it could be every week, it could be every month, it could be once a year. It just depends on what it is. And that is my petite planner. So I have a folio here, which is just this cover of all these different petite planners. These are made by Erin Condren. And basically, side note, I'm a comic book fan, so when they had a Wonder Woman collab, I absolutely had to cop this. I had restraint though, so I only got this in a cover, but I got this folio to keep these all these books intact. And basically, these are different categorized planners or journals. And so there's a wellness one, there is a budget one, there is a meal planning one, and then this is one that I actually got in a seasonal surprise box. It's just a summer journal. I haven't used it yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. I might gift it to one of my sisters or friends that's in the planner community as well. Anyway, so my wellness log, I don't use this all the time. I don't use it as a log. I do use it to kind of go back and see like what was working for me when I was doing well during fitness, what didn't work for me. I use it as a meal idea planner. So like when I want to find ideas for healthy meals, I will write them in my wellness log instead of my regular planner, because it's just a trial and it's more personal. It's not for my whole family. So that's what I mean by reference. I'll use it for that. My meal planning, my budget book, that is the same thing. I'm not going to open it because it has my finances in it, but I do use this monthly, and I use it to keep my mind aware of all categories of spending. So this has helped me to set goals and have a better relationship with money, and plan out my finances effectively. And I just do it every month, and I use it to transfer my budget onto the monthly page in my life planner. So you'll see how I use that when I go over that as well. Okay, and then meal plans. I'm a huge meal planner. As you just heard from my testimony, that was one of the things that I really had to get together in my life. So I do use this planner to plan my dinners mainly, and also has grocery list sections, which I really love about this, because if I'm planning for a special week or something outside of my month of meals, then I will use this to keep that together. But I do plan my meals a month at a time. I do have a video, and it's a month of meals in 3 easy steps, and it shows you how you can meal plan for a whole month. We actually went up to Bryan Head, Utah, to a cabin in the snow, and it had a full kitchen, so I needed to think of meals that I could either plan ahead and bring or cook while I was there, but still, you know, not have cooking take over my entire trip. So I use this to come up with those meals and write out the grocery list for that trip. So again, I don't use it all the time, as you can see, but it is a good reference for me. And I already told you about the summer journal. So that is what I use for a reference plan. So the next planner that I'm going to show you is not so much for life and daily planning either. It's more for memory keeping, and that is this deluxe monthly that I use as my son's yearbook. So what I do every year is I order a deluxe monthly planner. It's just monthly with notes pages from Erin Condren. I usually get the July to June year because, number one, he's on an academic school year. When I did it when he first started school in kindergarten, so I try to keep it on the academic year. And also his birthday is in July, so it just ends up being perfect. And it becomes his like yearly journey in pictures, and I ask him questions every month of, like, you know, what's your favorite color right now? What show do you love? What's your favorite character? Because for kids, that changes so often, and I wanted to have a place where I could keep the memories, so this is how I do it. And I will do a plan with me on this so you can see exactly how I use it. And I print out pictures and things and put them in the months so that I can see like how he's changing, gain weight, lose weight, teeth that are missing. All the funny missing teeth, snaggletooth pictures are so fun to put in here, and just to watch him, you know, grow. And as a parent, I'm sure if you're a parent, I'm sure you can relate to that, how quickly they change. Okay, and then the last planner that I'm going to be using, and this is my all-in-one everyday life planner. This is where I plan out everything that I have going on to keep myself organized, and it is my Erin Condren Softbound planner, and I have it in vertical colorful this time. And last year I had it in vertical neutral, and here it is. I'll just show you. It's kind of thick with stickers and stuff now, but I actually prefer the way this looks bulky compared to how a coiled planner looks bulky for some reason. I don't know, but I use this planner for a monthly budget, weekly plans, I don't know if you can see, and memories. So it's full of stickers and stuff, as you can see. Okay, and then I guess I have a fourth category, if that's a category. There's my reference planners, my memory planner, my life planner, and then this one is very special because it will only be happening one time, hopefully, and that is my wedding planner. This is a softbound wedding planner from Erin Condren, and it is basically a book of tips and tricks for planning your wedding, countdowns, guest lists, assistants, etc. And then it has months laid out for you to plan things in, and then it has memories and note pages in the back. I absolutely love it. And those are my planners for 2021, you guys. I usually don't like to bounce around to a bunch of different planners. As I said before, it's just life changes too much for me to have so many. I feel like this is a lot, but it's very functional for me to have the ones that I have. So I would love to know what you'll be using for 2021. Have you just dove into the planner community and you're trying to figure yourself out? Have you been in it for a long time? Have you found planners that work better for you? Let me know down below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already so you can see my Plan With Me videos in these planners. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys soon.